My go bag is right here, top of our stairwell, ready to grab at a moment's notice if there's some sort of an emergency, weather or otherwise. It's 25 pounds. I bought some extra packs that attach in the front that I'm going to show in a video in September, so if you're interested in that, stop back, subscribe to the channel. It's probably going up the second week of September. But I've got this completely packed up. The extra packs still need to be attached and have things put into those. We're building a first aid kit right now. It's going into this, lightweight, has everything that I need. It's right here, right at the top of the stairs. We hear of an emergency, see of an emergency, or know of one. It's just a grab and go. Hello, I'm Kim, and I'm back with another emergency preparedness video. This time I'm featuring some of the things that my husband and I bought early this spring that will help should we have an emergency, something unexpected come about, a power loss, we're shopping and we want to keep the products that we're purchasing that are quite expensive at this time cold and safe and secure until we get home. We've purchased early this spring an EcoFlow battery operated generator. Now this is good for laptop, tablet, cell phone. That's what we were most concerned with having this for. Is we didn't want to lose the ability to be able to communicate with the outside world. And temporarily, when I put up the link, this is not an ad or a sponsored video. We purchased this ourselves and I did a lot of research on it. When I put up the link, you can definitely read the reviews and read the description of what this is capable of. It could be capable of a lot more than what I'm mentioning. Under different circumstances. If you use a solar panels, it will definitely, the length of time that everything will operate will definitely be longer, as long as, of course, you have sunshine. So we have the extension here for powering it, charging it up in home, charging it up when you're in your car, in a cigarette lighter, and the attachments for the solar panel. We purchased this, like I said, early spring, probably March, April, and then we charged it completely, and at this point in time, it is still at 100% charge. You want to get this equipment home, out of the box or whatever, open it up, and you want to charge it completely, and then you want to check it periodically to see that it's holding a charge, and hopefully within the time frame Amazon gives you to return something that isn't working. And we did all that. We went through all those steps. And so ours is holding a charge and working well for us, so we're happy with it. We wanted to have this because we did not want to be in an apartment. We don't have, lots of outside help, and we certainly didn't want to be in our apartment and not able to call out, not able to keep anything cold, not able to get on our laptop. There's been many times where we've not had power and been able to pay a bill, whatever the case may be. So, this helps us. This helps us be prepared in case of whatever emergency might come about. And it was one of the things suggested in a list that a person or a family should have something like this to make using your cell phone, tablet, and laptop possible. And again, there might be ways to use this for other appliances, smaller appliances, and of course it extends your use if you have the solar panels. So this is what we bought. It's still available on Amazon. We paid $250 for it. Everything works. We're happy with it, and this was definitely something that I would, if you can afford it, have in your emergency preparedness kit. Okay, here I have some things that we purchased over the years that will also work with our battery powered generator. So instead of saying it a million times, all of this can be charged using our battery powered generator. So we start with a Motorola two-way radios. These have worked wonderful for my husband. I know you can get better ones, more fancy ones, better names, whatever. These work great and always have for us. Single burner. If you're out in the woods, if you're camping, or you've run for an emergency, or you're hiding, or whatever situation has come upon you. Under $20 at Walmart, lightweight, easy to carry, charges up. You can heat water or whatever else you want to do with it. My husband calls this a glorified flashlight by Bushnell. You have a battery pack inside it that you can charge up. Here's the cord, or you can just use regular batteries. It's lightweight, easy to carry along. You have a drone if you're in a situation where you need to see what's out and about. This is one that I researched that was affordable for us. It works wonderfully. Purchased on Amazon. You have this Swiss Tech headlamp and cap lamp, or cap light. It's mini but mighty, 400 lumens. Everybody loves these. Again, power cord, works terrific. It's enough for you when you're walking through the forest, through the woods, out camping, having to go to the outhouse or outdoor restrooms or whatever. This works wonderful. Hand cranked weather radio. You can hand crank it or you can charge it up so you can see what weather broadcasts or weather emergencies are being put out on these weather radios. You have a Swiss Tech battery pack with the power cord, and that can battery up, I think, probably your cell phones, the weather radio, small little appliances like that. You have your hand warmer, also can be charged up. It's a battery pack, warms you, and I've used these to warm my back when I've had a back issue. Just wrap it in a towel. I've used these to keep warm in the car. We have a 17-year-old car, so sometimes you got to keep warm. These work for hands, football games, outdoor sports, work terrific. Here you have a lighter that has a safety switch on it to keep it safe for you, so you can light your fire by Brookstone. So it has a setting where it goes into safe mode. The lights light up. And then you probably can't see it, but we get a nice old flame on the end there, and you can start your campfires. And then we have a large flashlight back there. It has a port here, again another power cord, and an accessory. So now you've got a nice bright headlamp. And so, going like so, nice and bright. These are items that we purchased and have purchased over the years. This isn't an ad or a promoted video. Most of which have been purchased on Amazon, a couple of them purchased at Walmart. Very affordable. My husband and I have always been this way. 30 years of marriage. His father was in charge of emergency management in the county we live in. So it's kind of in our blood, and he prepared us for these types of things, for any type of thing. Bad weather, we lived in a double wide, so we always had to be prepared for bad weather. We've had power outages. We don't have a big budget for groceries, so we really don't want a power outage that may just last a couple hours, and for some reason or another we lose our food. So hence why we bought the cooler. We want to be able to communicate with the outside world. If we still can, then we want to be able to keep charging our phones and laptops. So we've got cell phone. Make sure you have your power cord for that. You want to have that at all times. Of course, if your cell tower goes down or service goes off, you're SOL. Call your, I was reminded in one of my last videos, call your provider and see if the 911 number will work. We are able to have service everywhere, and you know, the one place that there's kind of a blackout or whatever for service is when we get into the state parks. So if there was an emergency in the state park where we don't have service, we couldn't call 911. They do have phones that you could call for an emergency located in the park or some system set up. But if there was an emergency where the cell tower went down, you know, everybody's SOL. We also have a tablet. If you can power it up and if you've got service, it's always good to have one of these. If no matter what, if you're having to lay low or whatever, things just aren't working in your community or town, or there's all kinds of drama going on, you just have some sort of a weather emergency, the list is as long as my arm. You have a tablet, and still able to get on the internet. You could entertain yourself, entertain your children, and also pay your bills if you pay your bills on the internet. So, you know, these are just some accessories or things that are nice to have. I will have the names of these items in the description. Like I said, half of them or two of them are available at Walmart. I don't know about the Motorola two-way. They're probably long extinct, but they still work for us. And everything else was likely an Amazon buy at a very affordable prices. So it's to keep us prepared. It's to keep us feeling safe and secure. I don't know how many times I've mentioned it, but I'm not an expert. I'm just doing this as a citizen. My husband and I just trying to be prepared for whatever event may come up. And this is just a start. We certainly don't have an end to it. As time goes on, you have to buy upgraded things or new things. as situations define that for you. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. The next section is just going to show you the emergency grab and go bag as we've updated it and also bought some attachments for it. And that will be the end of the emergency preparedness video. Thanks for stopping.
Okay, just a few basic survival items that you might need or would like to carry along with you for anything: floods, wildfires, tornadoes, any type of evacuation orders, anything that you might need as far as emergency stuff. A tarp is pretty versatile for anything. You can use it as a shelter. You could use it as a means to drag someone if someone is hurt. Again, you can use it as a shelter. You can use it as a protective cover for yourself if that's all you had. This is a weather poncho. Inclement weather, keep yourself dry. Dry is key, especially if you're in colder regions for hypothermia reasons. Utility cord, it comes in handy. You can use that for various things. You can use it for help make splints. You can use it for your tarp to help build yourself a shelter. You can hang or dry things from branch to branch to dry. Any other type of uses you can come up with. That's what you can use that for. An emergency blanket, if you get hurt or injured, or you're extremely cold, this is something that'll help keep your body heat in and will keep you warm. People have used this when it's sub-below temperatures in order to survive. I have a Life Straw water bottle here. The straw is sealed in a Ziploc bag to keep it clean, and the bottle is washed regularly to keep it ready to go. I have a whistle here. It's got a compass on it, and it's got a temperature gauge. If you get lost, obviously you have a compass to get yourself out of that. Temperatures, always need to make sure what temperature it is to make sure you stay hydrated as need be. And an emergency whistle is just for that. If you are out in a park or out in the woods, out anywhere, and you get to the point where you can't scream for help, you can still blow a whistle. This is a knife sharpener. A knife sharpener, a lot of people don't necessarily think about that, but if you don't have a sharp knife with you, you can't use it. So you have to have a knife sharpener with you. Keep your knives sharp. You can use that for lots of things, and everybody, I think, can draw their own conclusions as to use that for. This is a flint. You would use your knife to strike it down and cause a spark, making a campfire. I also have another Life Straw here. This is one that you use without the water bottle. This is one that you literally could drink right out of a stream, right out of a lake, even out of a puddle. There are some exceptions to what you can drink out of, but those are the things you need to read up on. And all of that stuff does come with instructions, like this one does here. It has a full pamphlet, so you might need a magnifying glass to read it, but it comes with all that stuff. These are just some basic emergency supplies that if you're going to have a go bag or anything like that, an evac bag, this is something that I recommend that you put in. Thanks.
Okay, the next thing that we purchased this last spring that we have tried out, and it does work, is this Coleman chest. So this is to take along in your car, plug into your cigarette lighter, and keep your food cool, whether you're going camping, on a picnic, grocery shopping, or you come running out of your house with your grab and go bag, your emergency go bag, and you've got a bag of food, and you need to jump into your car and flee. Whatever the case may be, after a lot of research and a lot of review reading, I picked the Coleman. There are better ones, there are worse ones, and we purchased it. And it was just under $200, again, on Amazon, not an ad or a promoted video. Always got to say that because I want people to know we purchase items after I read about them and read lots of reviews and make a very good decision on it. Have a couple of nights sleep before we pull the trigger. So this is what we decided on. We do picnics. We shop an hour away from home, so we need something like this to bring cold things home. The temperatures are hotter. At least we've noticed that in the last couple of years. It's harder and harder to bring things like ice cream and whatnot home. We just had a lot of different choreography to all of our shopping over the years to keep everything from melting, and we just decided, you know what, this makes life easier. So what you get is the Coleman chest, and then you're going to get the cigarette attachment for the car with it. Now, in the reviews we read, best to have this cold before you take it to the car, plug it in to keep your food colder or cold at all. So how do we do that when we only have a cigarette lighter attachment? Well, we had to order an attachment that plugs in to your power source in the house. Here's the power pack, and then this end plugs into the cigarette lighter. You get it nice and cool before you ever leave your home. That is, if you're just going camping or just going picnicking or going to the beach for the day. Get it nice and cold, put your items in it, or take it to the car and put your items in it, plug it into the cigarette lighter, and everything's going to stay cold. I will have the link and description in the show notes so that you know how long it stays cold approximately, what temperature we're at. But from the reviews, I see people loading in groceries, ice cream, meats when they go shopping, camping stuff, hot dogs, condiments, beer, wine, soda, water, dog, cat, and everything else type things. And the reviews were fantastic. We had to have it after reading good reviews and knowing that this was something that we needed, not only for convenience and a necessity, but also in case of an emergency. And again, you're only going to get the cigarette lighter end, so this is just going to be take it out to the car and plug it in. But it is, they do say to try to chill it and get it cold to a certain degree before you ever take it out to the car. And that's why you would order the separate attachment, which there will also be a link to in the show's description. So we had to have it. You can use it inside during an emergency where something's happened to your refrigerator, but something hasn't happened to your power, where you can even use it as a mini refrigerator. So that's our Coleman chest.